What if the pressure you feel isn't really coming from the world, but from the story you keep telling yourself about it? Take a slow breath. For the next few minutes, let's set the noise aside and borrow 7 rules from the Stoics, men who managed to stay calm while wars raged, plagues spread, and empires trembled around them. They were not cold, and they were not lucky. They simply practiced. And what they practiced, you can practice too. Rule 1. Separate what you control from what you don't. This is the very heart of Stoicism. Epictetus, who was born a slave and became one of the most respected teachers in Rome, opened his teaching with a single idea. Some things are up to us and some things are not. Up to us are our judgments, our choices, our effort. Not up to us are other people, the past, the weather, the outcome. Most of our anxiety comes from gripping tightly to the second list. So when pressure rises, ask one honest question. Is this actually mine to control? Your preparation is yours. The verdict of others is not. Pour your energy into your side of the line and let the rest be what it will be. Rule 2. Meet the difficulty you actually have, not the one you imagine. Notice how much of your stress lives in a future that has not arrived. Seneca said it plainly, we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. The mind runs ahead, builds a disaster out of maybes, then trembles before a thing that may never come. Marcus Aurelius answered this with a simple discipline. He brought himself back to the present, again and again, reminding himself that no one loses anything but the present moment because it is the only thing anyone truly has. When you feel overwhelmed, shrink the problem to right now. Right now, in this minute, what is the single next thing in front of you? Do that. The future is carried one present moment at a time. Rule 3. Put a pause between the event and your reaction. Between what happens to you and what you do about it, there is a small, quiet space. In that space lies your freedom and your dignity. Under pressure, we lose that space, we react on instinct, and later we regret it. The Stoics trained themselves to widen it. A single slow breath is often the whole difference between a wise response and a reaction you will have to apologize for. Before you answer the sharp email, before you snap at the person in front of you, pause. Let the first wave pass. Then choose. Rule 4. If it is in your power, act. If it is not, accept. This is the calm engine underneath everything the Stoics did. When trouble arrives, run it through one filter. Can I change this? If yes, then stop worrying and start working, calmly, deliberately, one step at a time. If no, then adding anxiety only stacks a second suffering on top of the first. You now carry both the problem and your distress about the problem. Marcus, who governed an empire through war and disease, kept returning to this. Do what is yours to do. Accept what is not. There is a deep steadiness in that division because it means you are never wasting your strength on the immovable. Rule 5. Rehearse hardship before it comes. The Stoics practiced something they called the premeditation of adversity. In calm moments, Seneca would quietly imagine the things people fear: loss, failure, criticism, even death. Not to feel gloomy, but to take away the shock. He said the blow that is foreseen falls more gently. When you have already walked through a difficulty in your mind and asked yourself honestly, could I bear this, and how? Then if it ever arrives, it comes not as a stranger who overwhelms you, but as a guest you were half expecting. Pressure loses much of its power the moment it is no longer a surprise. Rule 6. Remember that it is your judgment that wounds you, not the event. Marcus wrote a line worth memorizing. If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it, and this you have the power to revoke at any moment. 2 people face the same setback. One is crushed, the other is challenged. The event was identical, the judgment was different. This is not about pretending things are fine. It is about noticing the label you have quietly attached. This is a disaster, this is unbearable, and asking whether that label is true or simply loud. Change the judgment and the weight begins to lift. Rule 7. Return gently to the present. This is the rule that holds all the others together, because a racing mind cannot stay calm no matter how good its intentions. When you notice your thoughts sprinting into everything that could go wrong, do not fight them. Simply bring your attention back to what your hands are doing right now, your breath, this task, this moment. The Stoics knew the mind wanders. The practice is not to never wander, but to return patiently as many times as it takes. Calm is not the absence of pressure. It is the habit of coming home to the present in the middle of it. So there they are, 7 rules, and beneath them, one quiet truth. You are not required to carry the whole weight of tomorrow tonight. The Stoics did not escape hardship. They met it with a steady mind because they had trained that mind long before the storm arrived. And that is the good news for you and me. This is a skill, not a gift. Every time you separate what you control, widen the pause, question the judgment, and come back to now, you are building the same steadiness they had. If this brought you even a moment of calm, stay with me for the next reflection. Breathe slowly, let your shoulders drop, and remember, the pressure will pass, and you can meet it without losing yourself.